all of that we're paying attention to and that CNN and everybody is reporting on, that cable news is reporting on, Stephen Miller is in a dark room readying the deportation of millions of people. Like, that's to your point. That's the quiet fucking dark shit.
You're listening to Hysteria, the podcast that is turning to face the strange in 2025. Alyssa, how you doing?
We're killing it, aren't we?
Absolutely killing it. Well, podcasting is an audio medium, so people who are listening probably can't see what I'm doing right now.
Where are you?
I'm in a hotel.
How come?
Because there are mandatory evacuation orders in my neighborhood. Because of fires. LA is currently aflame, and the winds are currently hellish, and they're still kind of continuing. So yeah, I mean, two little kids, a dog and a cat in a hotel.
Living the dream.
Absolutely. I got to say, the 3-year-old thinks this is a great adventure. She's having a really good time. Although I do think she's a little stressed out because she's acting a little odd. But yeah, anyway, I drove back this morning to our house. We haven't had power since yesterday. I could see the flames as I was driving, and it was kind of like raining ash in my neighborhood, very apocalyptic. Alyssa, you'll appreciate the reason I went back.
Eleanor?
To get the cat.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, even if nothing bad, like, I don't think realistically that where I live is going to burn. It's not like in...
Right, knock wood. I'm knocking wood.
Yeah. I mean, like, areas adjacent to our neighborhood, to like my exact address is not under an evacuation order yet. So I don't think that, I don't think anything's going to happen to our house, but I was thinking about how scared she was, and I was like, I got to go get her.
Get her.
Yep, now she's just scared in a hotel. She's really freaked out.
I've had cats scared in a hotel before.
Yeah.
Mostly they just get quiet.
Yeah, she's kind of huddled in a corner. But yeah, glad we're taking a YouTube video of this. I look amazing. Okay, but enough about me.
I mean, you're in a fire. I look no better, and I have no excuse, so.
Look, think about LA County as 25 Wyomings, right? Because that's about the population of LA County. Imagine if 25 Wyomings were on fire.
Be problematic.
The number of people that would be affected. It's a lot. All right, but enough about, LA. Let's talk a little bit more about what's going on in the giant firestorm that is on the opposite coast. Alyssa, Facebook. When's the last time you used it?
I've never had a Facebook account.
Really?
Never.
You are a unicorn.
I have never had a Facebook account.
Is there a reason that when everybody was getting one, why?
Because I didn't want, when everybody was getting Facebook, I was on the Obama campaign, and I didn't want anyone being able to contact me. And then when we got to the White House, I doubly didn't, but I feel bad because my best friend since the 4th grade gets requests on my behalf, which she's a very good sport about. But yeah, I was just like, I don't need this. And then I just never did.
It's amazing. The only real purpose for Facebook now is like marketplace and the buy nothing groups in your neighborhood, and some like local fire departments and police departments and stuff only use Facebook, which is annoying. But people are still using it. People are still using Instagram, and so when they change speech restrictions, it's kind of a big deal, especially if you're somebody who's over 60 and doesn't realize that they're sharing AI content. Alyssa, can you give us the rundown?
Well, Erin, unfortunately, this was sort of the week when people said the quiet part out loud. So it was reported earlier by The Independent that Facebook and Instagram have loosened their public rules on hate speech. Okay. They're also abolishing their fact-checking program. So in case you're curious what this means practically, you can now freely compare women to household objects or property. Meta deleted clauses banning derogatory statements about protected groups like women, immigrants, transgender people. You can now freely advocate for keeping trans people out of public bathrooms. The new policy also removes language that compares protected groups to feces. So why was this something that had to happen? There's actually, Erin, one exception that reads, we do allow allegations of mental illness or abnormality when based on gender or sexual orientation now.
Okay, here's my question. Here's my question. I feel like this is something that when Elon Musk took over the website formerly known as Twitter. And everybody normal and sane who was left on the website was like, fuck this, and bailed eventually.
Right.
I feel like it sort of came out that a lot of the conservative provocateurs and self-styled people who are like, yeah, free speech, base their entire personality and raison d'etre on triggering the libs, right? And if there are no libs to trigger, like, what's their purpose in life, you know?
Totally.
What are they I don't see myself returning to Facebook at any time, even to check up on whether or not my ex is still a jerk, you know?
Well, Erin, do you think that it maybe has anything to do with the fact that it came on the heels of Zuckerberg going down to see Trump and his 65 million combined followers on Instagram and Facebook, then donated $1 million personally to his inaugural campaign, and then did this?
Yeah, I think it is a little discouraging to watch all of these billionaires kind of go in and suck up. But I also don't know like why we expected anything more from them.
No.
They're not good people. In no world are they good people. Being a billionaire is a form of mental illness that our society rewards. And it's like a socially destructive mental illness. And we're like, yay, it's good. Let's write magazine profiles about them. No, like it is immoral. It is like anti-humanity to be a billionaire, and we should not be surprised that they're all fucking awful people. Except Mackenzie Scott. Except Mackenzie Scott.
Also, earlier this week, in case we weren't entirely sure where Zuckerberg came down on everything, he added Dana White, president of the Ultimate Fighting Championship and Trump mega supporter, to the board of Meta.
We need to figure out a way to keep ketamine out of Silicon Valley.
I swear to God.
I think that all of these guys are acting like they've been doing the same drugs and their brains are getting sanded down in the exact same way. And I just think we need to look into it. How many horses worth of ketamine are these people doing?
It is exhausting. So yeah, Facebook and Instagram now more cesspooly than they were 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I guess we're going to have to develop interests that exist in the space that is permanent and not fleeting, like information that can just be erased, right?
Totally.
Maybe we should take pictures with real cameras and, go to photography exhibits.
Give me a Polaroid.
I will. I'll send you one for your birthday.
Give me a Polaroid. Yes,
I'm going to send you. That's what I'm getting you for your birthday.
Because the last thing I need is another 10,000 pictures, 30 to 70% of which need to be deleted.
If you go on your iPhone and you search, you can like image search for things. If you search for cat, what's the number that comes up?
7,654.
Oh.
And I gotta be honest, I don't think this is all of them. Happy 2025.
Yeah, I did it the other day, and I think it was at like 5,500. You have me beaten, Alyssa. But then again, you have you have more cats than me. So.
I do have more cats. I've had quite a rotation over the past 15 years.
Hysteria is brought to you by Fatty 15. Wow, Alyssa, have you noticed any signs of aging? Such as poor sleep?
Such a layup. My joints hurt. My bones hurt. I'm not sleeping. I'm hot all the time. Okay, my skin is dry, yet I have adult acne. Okay, so yes, I am aging right before your eyes.
Wow, it's like that episode of 30 Rock when Liz gets anti-aging acne wash.
Yeah. Believe me, the internet has found me and I've been targeted with all of it.
I gotta say, I still feel pretty youthful. I mean, children make me feel elderly, but I still feel pretty youthful, and it's partly because like my entire 30s, I just like really obsessively moisturize, sunblock. I try to stay out of this. I'm like very worried about my skin looking wrinkly. I spend a lot of time, just trying to not just stay young, but to just stay healthy. I felt good when I was young. I feel good now. I want to keep feeling good.
That's it. I just want to keep feeling good. I'm not going back in time. The fountain of youth is not going to find me. I just want to settle into age a little easier.
Ooh, well, guess what? I'm so excited to share with you and our listeners C15 from Fatty 15, the first essential fatty acid to be discovered in more than 90 years. It's an incredible scientific breakthrough to support our long-term health and wellness, and you guessed it, aging and longevity. Fatty 15 co-founder Dr. Stephanie Van Watson discovered the benefits of C15 while working with the U.S. Navy to continually improve the health and welfare of aging dolphins. But based on over 100 studies, we now know that C15 strengthens our cells and is a key longevity-enhancing nutrient, which helps to slow biological aging at the cellular level. In fact, when our cells don't have enough C15, they become fragile and age faster. And when our cells age, our bodies age too.
This eventually led to studies finding the first new nutritional deficiency in 75 years, called cellular fragility syndrome. Who knew? Caused by a lack of essential fatty acid, C15. As many as 1 in 3 people worldwide may have low C15 levels and cellular fragility syndrome. I am certain this is probably me. To help fix cellular fragility syndrome and further extend our health and longevity, a team of doctors working in collaboration with the U.S. Navy spent over a decade to develop the pure, optimized, and bioavailable C15:0 ingredient in Fatty 15.
Oh my God, I'm gonna age like a sexy Navy dolphin.
I'm gonna
be so smooth.
Is this the face of a sexy dolphin to you?
Gliding through the water. This is interesting. 72% of Fatty 15 customers report seeing or feeling benefits within 16 weeks, including improved metabolic, liver, and heart health, smoother functioning joints, deeper sleep, or healthier hair, skin, and nails. Now that is essential. Fatty 15 is a science-backed, award-winning, vegan, patented, 100% pure C15 supplement. It's vegan-friendly, free of flavors, fillers, allergens, or preservatives. Fatty 15 has 3 times more cellular benefits than omega-3 or fish oil. By replenishing our cells with the essential C15 nutrient, Fatty 15 effectively repairs cells and restores our long-term health. Best of all, Fatty 15 comes in a gorgeous reusable glass or bamboo jar, and refills are shipped right to your door.
Fatty 15 is on a mission to optimize your C15 levels to help you live healthier longer. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/hysteria and using code hysteria at checkout. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Erin, what do you want your 2025 story to be?
My 2025 story is going to be a story of focusing on what's near to me and what's important, and keeping calm and finding happiness where it exists, and taking care of the people that I love, and changing things that I can change for the better. I know.
I love
it's a fucking Hallmark card. I'm sorry.
It is a Hallmark. I was just going to say I'm going to make more jam. That's my 2025.
But that is spreading happiness and joy to the people who love you
God
in a way
grant
that you
me
can.
a good stone fruit season. Erin, every January brings you 365 blank pages waiting to be filled. In 2025, maybe you're ready for a plot twist, or maybe there's part of your story you've been wanting to revise. Life isn't about resolutions that fade by February. It's about picking up the pen and becoming the author of your own life.
Ooh, think of therapy as your editorial partner, helping you write new chapters and create the meaningful story you deserve to live. I gotta say, I've benefited from therapy.
Me too.
I think it helps me understand not just myself, but to give people a little bit more compassion and grace when they are acting in suboptimal ways toward me. I
agree with that. Helps me manage my emotions too, which are a little out of control right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, not right now. I have therapy later.
BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. Access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. Write your story with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/HysteriaPod to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/HysteriaPod. Pivoting to another fire of a different variety, perhaps of the dumpster variety. On Monday, Kamala Harris performed one of her last acts as sitting vice president, presiding over the certification of the election that she lost. She certified her own loss on the 4-year anniversary of the attack on the Capitol. This is a little on the nose, Alyssa. She said in a statement to the press after the certification, "One of the most important pillars of our democracy is that there will be a peaceful transfer of power. And today I did what I've done my entire career, which is take seriously the oath that I have taken many times to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. So, Alyssa, how do we feel about this? I mean, she had to, right?
I mean, yes, this was the correct thing to do. And like, I know that I'm a bit of an institutionalist and I want our institutions to function as they sort of have for the past however many 100 years. But, you know, there is something that is so hard to digest, and I don't just say that because I have IBS, about the fact that all of a sudden, it was an on-the-level election. Everyone wanted it certified because they were like, oh, well, he won now, so it's good. It's cool. And the hardest thing about all of this has been the people who I don't agree with but have listened to, had an open mind when listening to, who were Republicans for years, just being so fucking hypocritical right now. It's like, what changed? What changed in the election in 4 years that suddenly this one was on the level and needed to be certified? I don't know how she did it. I hope she was medicated. I would have been. But, you know, at least they didn't storm the Capitol in jubilation. I mean, I guess that's an upside.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like what I was saying about how if they don't have like an aggrieved sense of entitlement to something, they don't really have any personality or motivation. And,
yeah.
But there is something really discouraging about watching Democrats follow the rules that Republicans have decided don't apply to them.
Yes,
and then
it's true.
In the end be like, oh wow, like imagine if this were a basketball game, right? Mm-hmm. And the Republican team just was like, we're not going to dribble anymore. And we bought the referees. And even though the rules say you have to dribble, the referees aren't going to call it when we're not dribbling. And we're just going to like make baskets and stuff. And then after the game, Democrats are like, oh, good game. Even though we were dribbling the whole time, we were following the rules. They weren't following the rules. They bought the ref. And afterwards they're like, well, we got to defend the rules. It's like, you can't win a game when the other player is cheating. Like you can't,
right.
There's no winning. Like it's just such an empty...
It's bullshit.
I know that like Harris did what Harris had to do. I'm not angry at her, but I just think maybe it's about time to just start. Like, why isn't Joe Biden just going fucking ham?
Well,
Presidents
this is
can
the
do
thing.
anything.
This is the thing. But like we have what, 2-3 weeks until the inauguration at this point, 2 weeks. Fucking make the ERA an amendment. Just do it. Who gives a shit if it's tied up in court? Who cares? Make Republicans. Like, this is the thing. Like, I think that what Kamala Harris did was the correct thing to do. George Bush did it. Al Gore did it. It's not like she's the first person to ever have had to do it. But make Republicans inflict some pain. Like, make the ERA an amendment, make them go out and campaign against it. Make them say, sorry, 50% of America, you're not actually a person. And make them say it. And the reason that I think it would be so impactful is that you and I both know for the past 4 years, however many it's been, when abortion has been on the ballot, it usually outperforms Donald Trump. And this is even more innocuous than protecting abortion. This is saying your people. And if they want to say, oh, you know, man in the Constitution encompasses everybody, it was general, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. If that were true, then J.D. Vance wouldn't have made a whole point in August and September of saying how women who don't have kids aren't people. So they actually don't think we're people, so we actually do need it in the Constitution. So, like, make them fight it.
Waste their time. That's the thing. They have no problem. They have no problem wasting our time.
No.
Like, I was thinking this week, and I was seeing a lot of response online, and I think I'm on this team. Like, I am not going to flinch every time they fucking suggest some stupid jingoistic garbage that isn't going to work. I'm sorry. I'm not going to like clutch my pearls about fucking Greenland,
I was just
of America.
Say Greenland.
Fine, guys, like fine, fucking do it, you know? And there's a part of me that's like, all right, yeah, go ahead, declare war on Denmark and Panama, and then I guess like all the young men who voted Trump into office because they can't stand to vote for a woman will go ahead and be sent to war, and then maybe the left doesn't need a Joe Rogan to appeal to them because that problem maybe will take care of itself because of the guy they voted for sending them to war. But I don't think that's really going to happen. I'm not going to get worked up about it. It is like I think that what happens when Trump is in office is that it is easy to get upset about the nincompoopery, the inept dumb fuckery, the like flag humping stupidity, like the misspelled billboard type proclamations, you know, like the dumb bullshit that he promises that is ridiculous, that's never ever going to happen and can't happen. What we should be thinking about is the boring evil shit that's definitely going to happen. You know, because the stuff that got done, the accomplishments, quote unquote, of the first Trump administration were him doing boring evil shit that everybody was kind of like, oh, well, nevertheless. And they were more worried about, oh, God, he's releasing a coin with him and Kim Jong-un on it because he's going to this summit. You know,
I had
like,
forgotten about the coin.
Right, but that was like there was a coin news cycle. And I think I participated in it because it is fun to dunk on dumb, impossible bullshit. It's fun. It's easy. You know, get your yayas out or whatever. But I think it's part of a strategy. Like, they are so busy entertaining us with shiny, stupid garbage that we don't have the energy left to actually dig in and do the unemotional drudgery work of fighting back against the boring evil shit.
Right.
And yeah.
Like, you know, the Greenland and the Panama. First of all, the only joy that I got this week was knowing how much the love that people were pouring out for Jimmy Carter was driving him absolutely insane. That did make me feel good. He hated every minute of that. Did his first press conference as the plane was landing with Jimmy Carter's body in Washington, D.C.
I bet he's jealous of the fires right now.
Of course. He's like, oh, why aren't they paying attention to me? But this is his thing. To your point, though, you know, the Greenland of it all, the craziness. Canada is the 51st state. I mean, Trudeau was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. All of that we're paying attention to and that CNN and everybody is reporting on, that cable news is reporting on, Stephen Miller is in a dark room readying the deportation of millions of people. Like, that's to your point. That's the quiet fucking dark shit.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, the people that are going to be deported are the people that are doing jobs that Americans don't want to do. And the people that Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and like all of the tech bro weirdos that are like kind of driving the ship now with their like, you know, ketamine addled, greed poisoned minds, they're going to end up getting their way and be able to import more foreign workers to take jobs that educated Americans actually want to do. And they're going to exploit them, and they're going to put them in positions where their citizenship and their residency here depends on their employment. It is an exploitative program that should be reformed so that the people who are coming here to work are protected, right? And so that Americans who could do those jobs and should be given those jobs in a way that makes sense for where they live and how much it costs to be an American and what their expertise is. Like, it is a very dark picture that is unfolding right now. Like, we're deporting the farm workers. We're importing skilled brain workers who are going to take the jobs of actual Americans who are like, wait a minute, I don't want to be replaced by AI. So anyway, boring, evil shit. Hysteria is brought to you by Honeylove. Alyssa, what do you like most about Honeylove?
I love that it doesn't hurt my body. I'm very sensitive these days. I like that it's smooth and it's soft and it like keeps me all together but doesn't hurt things. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm going to continue my promise at the end of 2024 to not be uncomfortable physically for a single second in 2025. And Honeylove is a big part of that plan. You can wear Honeylove bras out to the store. I don't know if I would, you could wear them pretty much, you wear them to the club. Wear them under your, whatever you're wearing to the club.
I mean, I haven't been to the club in 15 years.
No, but you can wear them to the club. Who cares?
Do whatever feels right. It's acceptable to wear Honeylove anywhere.
You can sleep in Honeylove. It is comfortable.
Absolutely.
You're going to be comfortable. You're going to be supported. You are going to not have the digging in and
no, it's just like it's on.
It is on. Honeylove is an independent, female-founded brand. All Honeylove products are intelligently designed by women who actually wear them, including founder Betsy, who is highly involved in the development of each product. I feel like Betsy seems like a cool chick.
Yeah, live your best life, Betsy. Honeylove recently launched the CrossFlex bra designed to support you all day in and out of your workout routine. Wear it during your workday and at your workout. Honeylove bras are supportive and wire-free, thank God. Thanks to bonding technology that lifts without underwire, you deserve a bra that's lightweight and comfortable without sacrificing support. A great bra is the foundation for any great outfit. Start every outfit with Honeylove and elevate your style. Honeylove products feature lingerie-inspired design details that you'll want to show off and high-quality fabrics that feel like a dream against your skin. Treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear on the market. Save 20% off Honeylove at honeylove.com/hysteria. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off honeylove.com/hysteria to find your perfect fit. After you purchase, they ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Elevate your comfort, elevate your style with Honeylove.
Hysteria is brought to you by Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol. I know we've all tried ways to feel good after a night of drinks. I found something that actually works. It's called not having kids. No, it's a pre-alcohol probiotic from the brand Z-Biotics. Let's face it, after a night with drinks, I don't bounce back the next day like I used to. I have to make a choice. I can either have a great night or a great next day. That is, until I found Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol.
Their probiotic was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. This is a proactive solution that wards off feeling miserable the next day instead of a reactive approach like drinking electrolytes or eating greasy food.
You know how I know that Z-Biotics is an effective product?
How?
The extent to which it is passed around and discussed before every crooked social event. I was in an Uber shared with like 3 or 4 other people from Crooked from my neighborhood to our holiday party last month. And on the way, the people that were going to drink took Z-Biotics. It was part it was part of the plan. And as far as I know, it wasn't like a terrible following day for many people. I don't know.
But it could have been.
It could have been.
It could have been had they not Z-Biotic'd.
Exactly. Go to zbiotics.com/hysteria to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use Hysteria at checkout. Z-Biotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/hysteria and use the code Hysteria at checkout for 15% off. Thank you, Z-Biotics, for sponsoring this episode and our good times. I've decided for the next, however long, I think something that I learned about narcissists from TikTok, but then I followed up by asking my therapist about it, and she is that they rely on emotional supply from people. They need reaction. They need a response to feel big and important. They don't feel big and important if they do something out of pocket and nobody gives a shit.
Yep.
Right? That doesn't mean enable them to do whatever they want, but it just means to don't act. We don't need to get all riled up, Right. We don't need to get riled up. We can and I get that it's ironic because I am getting a little bit riled up. I'm riled up about being riled up.
We're riled up. Exactly.
It's like, let's be very mindful about how we use our energy this year. And if the way that we are responding to things is something that is going to give life, energy, enthusiasm to people whose only reason to exist on this planet is to scare liberals, is to make people worried. Be worried. But, as it says in the Bible, go be worried in your room and close the door. Actually, I think it says that about praying. Go pray in your room and close the door. But, we don't need to give them the fuel.
No.
To think, oh, yeah, I'm triggering the libs. No, I'm untriggerable. I am untriggerable.
I mean, I kind of live in a triggerable state, but they can't. This is we're being mad about the fact that we want to punch back, not about what they've actually done, right?
Mm-hmm. Right, and there is a way to punch back, but listen, there's a reason that this is going to be very dark, but I'm on 4 hours of sleep. Why not poison them slowly rather than just doing something where you're obviously going to get caught and sent away? To use murder as an analogy.
I love it. It's like that show House when the woman poisoned her husband with gold flakes.
Yeah, just quietly, and if you're going to worry, like, and you're going to get upset, I feel like find a safe space among your friends and neighbors, and you don't need to give them the satisfaction of knowing they made you cry or made you uncomfortable, because, like, yeah, anyway. Some good news, though, Alyssa.
Yes.
We've got some exciting news to close out this
Kamala Harris,
news section.
So busy. On Tuesday, she announced the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau finalized a rule banning medical debt from being included on credit reports. Erin, this is such great news. This will benefit over 15 million people, raising their scores an estimated 20 points. No one should have their credit score impacted because of medical debt. Like, you can't help what happens to you, and this is so repellent. I'm glad that they're getting this done, kind of under the wire. But the other thing that is, like, not talked about that much, and I even had to read it twice, she also announced that jurisdictions are on track to eliminate approximately $15 billion in medical debt for up to 6 million Americans using the American Rescue Plan money. So that's great. No one should have medical debt. We have a lady in my community who relieved all of the medical debt at our local hospital, and it's what a gift,
And you can do it for, like, not very much money.
Right. That's the thing. Like, because,
like, you send somebody a bill, like a hospital sends somebody a bill, it's like, that'll be $bajillion chameleon dollars. And people are like, that's not an amount of money that exists. Right. I'm not paying that. And so, like, they'll be like, all right, I'll take $100. And then it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, medical debt. And I'm just going to say, while they're at it, I wish they would include on-time rent payments as part of a credit score, because it is kind of ridiculous that if you've been a renter for like 20 years and you're trying to buy a home, the fact that you paid your rent on time for fucking 20 years doesn't play any role in your, like, creditworthiness. It's stupid.
It is stupid. So anyway, that's good news.
That's good news. And finally, one more thing, Alyssa.
What?
Our girl, KG.
Kirsten Gillibrand, head of the DSCC this cycle, Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee. This is such excellent news. Mm-hmm. Here is part of why I think she is the perfect person as we head into, midterms. Kirsten, not long after she was elected to Congress, started a PAC called Off the Sidelines. She has raised $12 million directly, $15 million through giving circles to get women off the sidelines and running. And so she is getting younger people, marginalized people from different communities, she's not looking after the middle and white men. You know what I'm saying? And so as someone who will be, like Kirsten as head of the DSCC, will be responsible for recruiting candidates, for raising money. I think she raised $15 million for her race here in New York this past cycle. So I just feel like we've got a lady who's on our side.
Yeah. And, I always feel like a sense of pride when repeat Hysteria guests get what's due, because she's definitely earned it. And she's, I think, a great advocate. And honestly, she's got more patience than me. She's got more patience than like so 25 me's combined.
And also, very few people work harder.
Yeah, she's a very hard worker. Kirsten, come back on the show. We miss you. We miss you and we love you and we're very happy for you.